Hello everyone and welcome to a new video on the channel. Today's video is going to be another episode of the watch pile. I believe this is episode 14 now. Three to choose from this week. We have The Last Starfighter, which I don't know too much about. I know it's a sci-fi film from the 80s, but other than that, not too familiar with it. Just one that I'd heard good things about. Then we have, I think Stuart chose this one, The War of the Roses, Danny DeVito, Michael Douglas, Kathleen Turner, reuniting after the two adventure Romance in the Stone films. Yep, that one looks right up my street. And finally, we have The Road, Viggo Mortensen, Charlize Theron, Robert Duvall, Guy Pearce. Really decent cast. So yeah, another one that looks like it could be right up my street, although I've heard it's quite depressing, but yeah, that's The Road. And to make it fair, because this is in a thinner case, I'm just going to use a random one. So if it's that means it's The Last Starfighter, just to be fair. So let's get them all as we usually do. The right way up would help. And we're going to completely... So I have no idea what it is. And we're going to go for this one very quickly. And that is The Road. So, yep. Looks, as I said, I've heard good things about it. Looks like it's good. Survival film, I think, from what I can see on the back. But yeah, I've heard it's pretty dark. But 111 minutes. It's a 15 by John Hillcoat from a novel from Cormac McCarthy, who was a pretty decent author. So yeah, I'll give this one a go now, and I'll come back to you once I've seen it with my thoughts. So, I just got done watching The Road, and geez, yeah, that was a very bleak watch, very hard watch. Yeah, I don't really know how to describe how I feel about it. Technically, on a technical level, very well made film, very good, well put together film. On like an enjoyment scale, I don't think anyone could say that they enjoy this film. It's just very bleak. It's the main theme is about when all of this happens, when there's nothing left, there's always still the love, I suppose, of a father and son. And yeah, it was great performances from Viggo Mortensen, and there was small supporting performances from like Guy Pearce and Robert Duvall. And yeah, I thought it was yeah, it's not something I think I'm going to go back to again. I think mainly because it is such a hard watch. But I'm glad that I have watched it because, yeah, it's one that will probably stay with me. But like I say, not one that I think I would want to go back to again because it's a very hard watch. It's hard-hitting subjects, and I wouldn't say it's a pleasant film at all. It's just, there are elements of it, obviously, like I said, the main theme being, like, when there's nothing else left, there is still love, I suppose. But yeah, it's yeah, very harrowing watch. It says on the back, see it twice. The first will remind you of the genius of the book. The second will remind you of the brilliance of the film. I'm not denying that this is a very well-made film, like I said, but I just think it's just too hard. It's one of those that is just too hard to watch again, I think, just because of the subject matter and what happens throughout this and the end. And yeah, but I am, like I said, glad that I have watched this now. I will probably move it on now, but yeah, definitely glad that I watched The Road. So we're back on to shelf 2 now for next week, and I have actually rearranged in my video that I did yesterday. So this is all rearranged now into genres. So we've got adventure, war, British, musical, comedy, and then going up we got horror, thriller, sci-fi, foreign, family, dramas all the way down there, and then more horror at the bottom there. So yeah, that's all the ones to choose from. A few new ones on the shelf as well. As I've said before, this one here is Ordinary People. Don't think there are any, and that one there is Yours, Mine and Ours. I don't think there's any other foreign ones. Yeah, so that is the shelf to choose from for next week. Yeah, so that's this week's watch pile episode. So unfortunately 2 for 2 for ones that I'm not keeping in the collection, but in a way I'm kind of happy that I'm going through these ones because it's saving up shelf space at the end of the day, because even if I'm not keeping them, they're coming off of that shelf and they're either going on to one of the main shelves or I'm getting rid of them, and I'm happy to like kind of do that. Because some of these, including The Road, have been in my piles for years now. So it's good to finally get around to watching some of these films. But yeah, I'm going to keep it short and I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you think of The Road down below if you've seen it. Leave me your votes for next week's video. What would you like to see me watch and review next week? I shall try and get The Last Starfighter and The War of the Roses watched, hopefully within the next few days. I'm 99% sure that I will watch The War of the Roses tomorrow night, because Stuart's talked it up a lot, and as you know, I've said before, we have very similar taste in film, and it's one that I've had my eye on even before he told me it was a good film, just because of the cast and because it's a comedy, and I'm in the mood for a good comedy, because especially with watching that tonight, and I Saw the Devil recently, I want to watch something a bit more light-hearted, so I'll probably give that a go tomorrow, and then The Last Starfighter I'll try and get watched before Sunday, and I still have to watch Gangster #1, which I didn't get around to watching last week, so I'll give that a watch as well. So if you like the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, turn your notification bell on so you know when I have a new video uploaded to the channel, comment down below anything and everything. As you know, I always take the time to get back to anyone that leaves me a comment because I really do appreciate it, and that is it. So until next time everyone, take care, goodbye.